I'm E. Krishnarao Patro, Associate Professor in the Department of CSE from IARE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So today we'll start the topic related to single linked list. One of the important topic in the data structure, that is single linked list. This topic will be one of the important one, and throughout the life you have to use this concept. So you have to understand this concept thoroughly. A linked list is a sequence of data elements which are connected together via links. Each data element contains connection to another data element in the form of pointer. So from the name you can guess it is a list of items which are linked each other. So whenever you are having a set of items which are linked each other of similar kind of data, then you can use single linked list. So the single linked list comes under one type of linear data structure. So remember, it is a linear data structure. Okay. From the definition, you can say a linked list is a non-sequential collection of data item. That means what? The real node may not be available in the contiguous memory. It may be in different memory places, but they will be linked to each other. So there is a difference between linear memory and non-linear memory. So sometimes two node may be in the neighbor, sometimes two node may be in the different locations, but every node will be knowing its neighbor nodes. So a linked list is a sequence of data element which are connected together via links. Link means what? Which will be knowing the address of the next node. That is the link. A linked list or ordered collection of objects. So this is the main definition. A linked list or ordered collection of objects. It is a dynamic data structure. For every data item in a linked list, there is an associated pointer that would be give the memory location of the next data item in the linked list. The data item in the linked list are not in a consecutive memory location. They may be anywhere, but accessing this data item is easier as each data item contains address of next data item. So you can see the diagram. You observe the diagram. I am having node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. There are 4 nodes. That means there are 4 data items. Every data item will be knowing the neighbor node's address. Assume the first node's address is 100. Second node address is 200. Third node address is 300. Fourth node address is 400. So that means what? For every node there is a memory location. So first node points to second node. So that means this is your link. First node is pointing to second node. That means first node knows the address of second node. Similarly, second node will be pointing to third node. What is the address of the third node? That is 300. So that means the second node will be pointing to 300. Similarly, third node having address 300, but it is pointing to fourth node. What is the address of fourth node? That is 400. So that means it will be 400. And after fourth node, there is no more node. So it is pointing to nowhere. That is null. And please observe here, the starting node is how much? 100. This 100 will be available at head. So 100 will be available at head. Head is my first node, means the first pointer, which is pointing to first node. So this is the general representation of a linked list. So whenever you want to represent a linked list, single linked list, you have to represent this way. The first part is called data part and second part is called link part. So indirectly I can say every node having 2 parts. One is the data part, second is the link part. First is data part. Data means the real data, whatever data you want to store in the node. A link means the address of the next node. This is the general way. Okay. So you can see the definition. Here my advantage is a linked list is a data structure used for storing collection of data. A linked list has the following advantage. The successive elements are connected by pointers. The last element points to null. It can grow or shrink in the size during the execution of program. It can be made as long as required. There is no restriction for this. You can have any number of nodes. That means generally in the case of array, you can store also collection of data, but array will have a limited items. because array is statically bound. Where in the case of linked list, you can have any number of data. So this is the main advantage in the linked list. It can grow as well as it can shrink. That means you can delete any node. Where in the case of array, you cannot delete. So this is the main advantage. So advantage is it can shrink as well as it can grow automatically as and when you need. The disadvantage is it consumes more space because every node will be having data part as well as the link part. The link is additional memory. That's why it is one of the disadvantages here. And searching a particular element in the list is difficult, also time consuming, because you have to go in a sequential order. You cannot go randomly to a particular node. So because of the sequential access, it is also one of the disadvantages. So the two main disadvantages you should know. And where exactly the linked list you can use. Linked list are useful in many places. You can use to implement stack, queue, trees and graphs. Linked list also useful in web pages. Linked list also uses in symbol table to compile or you can say in the compiler process. The symbol tables are one of the important component that will be implemented using linked list. Okay. And they are also useful for much complex tasks such as life cycle management of an operating system. Operating system also uses this linked list. So they are the various applications of. There are different types of linked list. One is single linked list. Second is circular single linked list. Third one is double linked list. And fourth one is circular double linked list. They are the four varieties of linked list. You can observe here is a collection of nodes. Each element of linked list is called node. Every node has two different fields. One is data part, second is next part. This is the data part, and this is the next part, or you can say link part. Next means which holds the address of next address. This is the general node representation. You can observe here how the linked lists are represented in the memory. Assume I am having 4 nodes. First node N1, second node N2, third node N3, fourth node N4. 4 nodes are there. First node having value 10 and the address of the next node is 200. Second node the value 200 and points to the next node whose address is 300. Like this you can observe. They are the different set of nodes and they are connected each other. Every node will have 2 parts, data part as well as link part. And the first node is called head node, means the starting node will be stored in a special pointer called head pointer. That pointer will be storing the starting node's address. Okay. And this head node will be available in the stack memory, whereas the dynamically created node will be available in the heap memory. I think you know in your RAM, random access memory, the memory will be divided into 2 broad categories. One is heap segment, second one is stack segment. Stack segments are useful whenever you know the address well before, and heap will be useful during runtime. So whenever you do not know the address of the node, you have to create during runtime. That time heap memory will be useful. So this is a simple single linked list representation. So please observe here, whenever I say single linked list, every node will have a link and that link will be pointing to next node. And there are the various operations you can perform on the linked list. Sometimes they may ask, what are the linked list ADT? ADT means abstract data type. ADT. Abstract data type. Please remember the word ADT. That means it tells about what are the operations you can perform on this data structure. The operations like creation, insertion, deletion, traversing, delete, count, and finding nth element, searching, merging. These are the various operations. So these are the various set of operations are available in this ADT. So whenever you want to perform linked list, you have to do this set of operations. If you want to create a single linked list, how to process? You can follow a proper algorithmic step or pseudocode step. The following steps are to be followed to create a n number of nodes. When I want to create a linked list, then you should ask first how many number of nodes you want to create. So the first input is n. N is nothing but number of nodes you want to create. First get a node. If the list is empty, then assign the new node to start pointer. Start pointer is your first one. That will be holding the new node. If list is not empty, then you follow the next step. The new node is added to the end of the existing linked list and repeat this step how many time? N time. Why n time? Because you want to create n number of nodes. So whenever you want to create a single linked list, the first input is what? N. N is nothing but the number of nodes. N time you have to create memory, store the data and point to the next node. So repeat this process how many time? N time. So this is a general pseudocode for creating a single linked list. Please observe here. This is the way of writing the node in Python, using Python. This is the syntax using Python. Of course, you can create the code using Python or C or C++ or Java. But today we are writing using Python. This is a simple way of representing a node. See, my node having two things. One is the data part, second is the next part. So my node having data, and first is data part, second is next part. So how to create a node? You have to combine together data and next part. You have to combine together. So for that sake, you have to create a class. So class node. And while creating class, you should write a special method, init method. This is the method is useful to construct, or also called constructor method. So use this constructor method, and there you write the data part and next part. So this is the way of defining a node. Then the single linked list operation you can do. The first, I'll write SLL, single linked list, SL list. There I wrote my init method. Initially I made one head pointer. Initial head is none. It indicates that initially there is no node at all. Or you can say head, or you can say start also. Here I wrote start, here both are same. Here is there is nothing but head. Both are same. Self.head is none and self.counter is 0. The counter says there are no nodes at all initially. Then I want to insert a node at the beginning of the linked list. So if you want to insert a node at the beginning, what you have to do? Initially, assume I am having 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nodes are there. Please observe here. The first node's address is 100. Second node's address is 200. Third node's address is 300. And fourth node's address is 400. Okay. Now, I want to attach a node at the beginning. So, if you want to attach the beginning, what are the things you have to change? So, first of all, I have to create a node. After creating node, I will read the value for the node. And this new node's next part should point to the first node. What is the value of first node? Sorry, what is the address of the first node? That is 100. This 100 I have to store here. That means it is pointing to this node. And this new node's address, that is 500. 500 should be there in the head. So it says that this node is attached at the beginning. Initially, it was not 500, it was 100. But after inserting this 500, means after inserting this first node, this address becomes 500. So this says that this node is attached at the beginning. So for this, how to write the code? Please observe here. While inserting the node at the beginning, first you create a node. Node followed by the data item what you are passing. And check first whether self.head is none or not. If it is none, it indicates what? It is first time. If it is first time, you assign directly the node address to head. If you write self.head equal node, it is nothing but what? It is assigning the address of the node to the head. So it says that head is pointing to first node. Else, if it is not first node, first time, second time onwards, then node dot next equal to self dot head. Automatically it is pointing to this. And self dot head equal to, so head is now pointing to this. Now after inserting a node, every time the counter has to increment. Counter is incremented to 1. So now the node is inserted at the beginning. So this is a code for representing or for inserting a node at the beginning. Similarly, I want to insert a node at the end. Assume first node, second node, third node, fourth node. 4 nodes are there initially. And this is null. Nothing is there. Initially, nothing is there. Now this is my new node. This node I want to attach at the end. Now my goal is what? Insert the node at the end. This is my new node. So when I want to insert a new node, first of all, I will create a node. So when I call node, my constructor is initializing memory for that. I am getting a new node. Assume the address is 500. This 500 is my address. This 500 I have to attach at the end of the linked list. Currently my list having 4 nodes. First node pointing to second node pointing to third node pointing to fourth node. This fourth node, which is now null, I have to attach this new node here. So what I have to do? I have to check whether my head is none or not. If head is none, you assign directly this address to start itself. Okay? Starting node is now head node. So you can say either start or head. Both are same one. If it is not head, if it is not none, that means already some nodes are there. In that case, what you have to do? You have to traverse till end of the list, existing list. After traversing to end, then I have to attach. So assign this starting address, temp equal set dot head. And while temp dot next is not none, repeat the process. So while repeating, initially your temp is pointing to starting address, that is 100. So when the loop is repeating, every time temp is moving to next node, then next. So again checks whether next is none or not. Now here temp dot next is 300, which is not none. Again repeat. Temp equal temp of next. Now temp points to 300. So every time temp is moving forward and checks whether next is none or not. If it is none, when you reach to fourth node, what will happen? This part is none. When it is none, the loop will terminate. After terminating, temp dot next equal to new node, that is 500. 500 will be attached. This will become 500. So that this node will be attached to the end. And my counter is incremented. Why I am incrementing counter? Because to know how many nodes are there in the linked list. For that sake, we are maintaining a counter. So in this way, the node is inserted at the end. How to insert a node at the middle? Assume you want to attach a node in the middle of the linked list. Already 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Now you want to attach in between. For example, 2 and 3. If you want to attach 2 and 3, this node I want to attach. Earlier, please observe here, starting node is pointing to, starting point is pointing to 100. First is pointing to second, and second is pointing to third is pointing to 4. That means initially it was how much? 300. 300 means what? It is pointing directly to here. After attachment, it should come to this place and this should come to this place. So you have to attach this way. So if you want to insert in the middle, then first of all you have to ask the position and ask the data. So after getting your position and data, at which position you want to insert. So these two you have to pass the parameter. Check. If the position is 0, that means it is nothing but inserting at the beginning. So you call insert at the beginning processor. Then counter plus. If the position equal to self dot counter plus 1, it means what? It is end of the list. Then you call insert at end. So that means while giving the position, sometimes you may give 0. 0 means it is beginning. If you give last node's position, then that is end. If it is not beginning or not end, that means somewhere in the middle. In that case, it comes to else part. So when it comes to else path, I am calling my node, then initially assigning temp equal to temp dot head. Why I am assigning? Because using the temporary pointer, I have to traverse till middle. My temp is keep on moving forward. It checks whether I reach the position or not. Because initially I is 1. I is 1 means first node. My loop will repeat until the position minus 1. Assume here my 1, 2, 3, third position. I want to insert at third position. So I have to go up to 2. So until I less than position minus 1. Position minus 1. Position is 3. 3 minus 1 means 2. So I have to go up to second position. After going to second position, means this loop repeats until that position. After that, it comes here. When you reach to second position, my new node, whose address is 500. So new node's next will be temp of next. So what is the temp of next? Temp of next was 300. So the 300 will be assigned here. And temp of next. Temp now currently here. Temp of next equal to the new node. New node is 500. 500 will be assigned now. So now this become 500. This become 500. So automatically this node is inserted in the middle. Okay. And my counter is incremented by 1. And node is inserted. So this is the way you can insert a node in the middle. Similarly, you can delete a node from the linked list. You can delete at beginning, you can delete in the middle, you can delete at the end. There are 3 positions. If you want to delete from the beginning, what you have to do? Beginning node, if you want to delete, who knows the beginning node's address? The start pointer. The start pointer knows. So here I'll check whether my head is none or not. If head is none, nothing is there. No node exists, you can say. If head is not none, earlier the start was pointing to 100. Now what I will do? Start will be pointing to 200. So if I point to here, second node, it indicates that I have lost this address. So I will move myself, my head pointer to next address. What is the next address? Because initially self.head is 100. 100's next is 200. So the 200 is assigned to start. If I assign to start, what will happen? Automatically the start pointer is pointing to second node. So once it goes to second node, then first node will be detached automatically. So this node will be removed from the list. And my counter has to reduce by 1 because you are deleting. So whenever you are inserting, you have to increase. Whenever you are deleting, you have to reduce by 1. So this is the way you can delete a node at the. Similarly, you can delete a node at the end also. If you want to delete the node at the end, what do you have to do? First of all, I will check whether my counter is 0 or not. If the counter is 0, no nodes are present, you can say. If counter is 1, that says only one node is there. In that case, self.counter is 0, then self.head data deleted and self.head is none if it is 1. Because only one node is there, after deleting, always my head should be none. If nothing is there, the head pointer should be assigned with null value. For example, I will write here start and I am having address 100, value 5 and none, and this is 100. Assume there is a single node. Now after deleting, what do you have to do? When you want to delete, you assign to this value null. That indicates that there is no more node. Okay. If more than one nodes are there, in that case, else assign the starting address to temp. Starting address to temp. The temp knows the starting address and I have to traverse till last node. But if I go to last node, I cannot come back because single linked list knows only the next node's address. It will not be knowing the previous node's address. So while traversing, always I will be remembering my previous node's address. So I am maintaining one previous pointer. The previous will be one step back and temp will be one step forward. So previous equal temp and temp equal temp of next. So my loop repeats. How long it will repeat? until my temp moves to last node. How will I know it is last node or not? For that, always you have to check a condition whether it is none or not. If temp of next is none, it is the last node. If it is not none, then my loop has to repeat. Loop will repeat. Once it is none, stop it. Loop will terminate. After terminating, the previous will be here, the last but one. There, what I have to do, the previous node's next path should be assigned with none value. Previous node's next equal none. When you assign none, automatically this will be discharged from the list. So, and counter will be reduced. In this way, the last node will be detached from the list. Similarly, you can delete a node from the middle of the linked list. Deleting from middle means here also you have to give a position. If head is none, that means nothing is there, then automatically you can say that no nodes exist, you cannot delete. If position is 0 means what? This is 0th position, this is first position, this is second position, this is third position. If position is 0, that indicates what? It is the first node. If it is first node, what I have to do? Then I should write delete at beginning method. If position is counter is 3, then call delete at end. If not beginning or not end, that means go to else part. Here I have to traverse how long? Until the position -1. So initially I will be remembering my first node's address and I will be keep on traversing till my required position. So when I am reaching to my required position, my temp is here. Always I will be remembering my previous node's address with help of previous. So previous will be one step back. So whenever I am deleting this particular node, first node for example I want to delete, then my previous will be at 0th position. So my loop repeats until my required position. Every time my temp is moving forward, temp equal temp of next and previous equal temp. So previous will be remembering previous node. So when my counter I reaches the position, it will stop the loop. Here I will not go till end of the loop or till end of the linked list. I will not go till end of the linked list. I will go until required position only. So when the loop is over, my previous pointer is here. The previous node's next will be pointing to this node. Who knows this node's address? The temp knows. So previous of next equal temp of next. Temp of next. Automatically 300 will be assigned here. So this will be detached. And my counter is reduced by 1. So middle node is deleted from the list. So this is the way you can delete the middle node. Similarly, you can traverse the single linked list. SLL means single linked list. If you want to traverse means what? You have to go one by one from beginning to till end. So whatever data is there, you can process it or you can display it. So here a simple process I have done for displaying the data of every node. Currently 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nodes are there. In first node the value is 10, second node the value is 20, third is 30, fourth is 40. So every node's value I have to display one by one. If you want to display one by one in an order, then you have to know the starting address. So before processing, I have to check first whether my head is none or not. If head is none, that means what? No nodes are exist. Then you can say no node exists. If head is not none, then I should know the starting address. Always remember in linked list, always take a temporary pointer to store the starting address. Because if I lose the starting address, I cannot do anything else. That's why I always use temp pointer. Initially temp equal to head. And I'm checking whether temp is none or not. If it is not none, then I'll print the data. After printing data, then I'll move forward. Initially my temp is here. Initially data is 10, so 10 is printed. Then the temp moves to second node. Temp moves to second node whose data is 20. After printing 20, the temp equal to temp equal next. That temp comes here. So every time temp is moving forward and it prints the data 30. After printing 30, again checks whether temp of next is none or not. If it is not done, again go forward. Now currently temp is here. Print the value 40. After printing 40, now temp is temp of next. So automatically temp become none because this is none. In diagram we will write cross mark, but in syntax we will write none. None is nothing but x. Okay, this x is nothing but null value. End. So whenever the temp is none, the loop will terminate. Whenever loop terminates, it indicates it is end of the complete program of the single linked list. Whatever the things you discussed till now, everything you can write in a single program. Please observe here. You can write a menu. 1 for insert in beginning, 2 insert middle, 3 insert at end, 4 delete at beginning, and 5 delete at middle, 6 delete at end, 7 traversal, and one more you can say count number of nodes, 9 exit, then get the choice. So they are the various operations you have performed till now. Now you have to write in an integrated way in a single module, in a single program. So all these things you can write. So you can see whatever the things you have done now. You can call the single linked list constructor. Then put a loop. You can put a case. If you one means what? Insert in beginning. Call this method. If it is 2, call insert middle. If it is 3, call insert at end. If it is 4, delete at beginning. If it is 5, delete at middle. If it is 6, delete at end. If it is 7, traverse forward. If it is 8, number of nodes. Number of nodes is nothing but already we are mentioning the counter. So that counter. And if it is 9, exit. So this is the way you can write a complete program. And while doing the operation, they may ask what is the time complexity to perform these operations. Generally to insert a node at the beginning or delete a node at the beginning, that takes constant time. If it is constant time, the time complexity is order of 1. Similarly, if you want to insert a node at the end, because you have to traverse n time. So whenever moving n time, that takes n units of time. So it's order of n. If you want to delete a node at the end, that is order of n. Similarly, insertion at middle, if you want to delete at the nth position, order of n. If you want to delete in the middle, nth position, so order of n. If you want to traverse the list, again n time you have to traverse, so order of n. Only whenever you are doing the operation at the beginning, that is order of 1. Otherwise, remaining are order of n only. So this is the way you can calculate the time complexity of the single linked list operations. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.